So I have an extremely important story here that is very important politically and also historically, because we're going to look back at this just as we look back at the 2013 government shutdown and the Bill Clinton shutdowns. So there's a poll that has come out that was asking about who would be blamed if there was a government shutdown, which there is. I believe there's a vote at 1 a.m. Monday to avert the shutdown, but we'll see what happens with that. But here's what it says. It says, Americans more likely to blame Trump, and congressional Republicans if government shuts down. So here's what this article from ABC says. It says, a new ABC News/Washington Post poll finds substantially greater Republican risk in a government shutdown, with Americans by a 20-point margin saying they're more likely to blame Donald Trump and the Republicans in Congress than the congressional Democrats if one occurs, which it did. It says 48% in the national survey say they'd blame Trump and the GOP, versus 28% who'd blame the Democrats in Congress. An additional 18% would blame both equally. So here's basically how the poll kind of comes down, okay? So blaming the Trump and the Republicans in Congress, 78% of Democrats said that, which is what you expect. Basically, the majority of percentage, or the highest percentages of the groups that give blame are going to be the opposing party. So really, those pretty much cancel each other out, right? I mean, you're talking 78 to 66. So what really comes into play here are the independents. Now, the independents are the swing. So the independents, 46% to 25%, give blame to Trump and the GOP. So basically, 78% of Democrats blame Trump and the Republicans in Congress. 14% of Republicans blame Trump and the Republicans in Congress. But 46% of independents also blame Trump and the Republicans in Congress, which is a big chunk of them. Then blaming the Democrats in the Congress is 8% of Democrats, 66% of Republicans, and 25% of independents. So while only 25% of independents blame the Democrats in Congress, 46% blame Trump and the Republicans in Congress, meaning that 46 to 25 gain for the Democrats, as well as their bigger percentage over their own people blaming the other side, makes it so that there's a big lead for the Democrats in here. And then blaming both equally are 11% of Democrats, 14% of Republicans, and 23% of independents. So it says here's what, okay, look, so looking back at the 2013 one, like I said, we have to do. It says results among independents are similar to the 1996 and 2013 shutdowns. In both cases, the public generally and independents in particular blamed congressional Republicans. Those experiences sent a clear warning signal. Both shutdowns were highly unpopular. So as you guys know, this is what had also happened. So back in 2013, when the government shut down under Obama, basically they didn't want to fund Obamacare. They wanted to get rid of the funding for Obamacare, or they might have wanted to delay the mandate eventually as well, because Obamacare at the time was not a discretionary spending anymore. Obamacare is mandatory spending, because it's by law. It's not in the discretionary budget. So I think they were just trying to do something where it would delay part of Obamacare, or not have funding for part of Obamacare. And basically the approval numbers for the Republicans absolutely tanked because, and by the way, this is the first time where a divided government, or a not divided government, my apologies, has a government shutdown. So in both times, it was, in the both previous times that we can think of that are somewhat recent memory, you had the Obama one in which there was Congress was Republican and Obama was a Democrat, and Bill Clinton being a Democrat and then Congress being Republican. And the same thing happened with Bill Clinton when the government shut down. I'm not sure what it was over specifically, but Bill Clinton's numbers went up and the congressional Republicans' numbers went down. And this is extremely important politically because this is the whole scope, especially coming up with the 2018 midterm elections that are coming up in, however many months. This is going to be extremely important, and this can really change, the political, consensus. Support independent progressive media by leaving a subscription down below. Leave a like and share the video. Help us out on Patreon, or you can donate in other ways. Links are in the description down below. We are fighting Trump tooth and nail, and we will continue to do so with your help.